Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Plateau to Summit, where we're going to discuss parts of the business plan. This week, we're going to talk about finances and funding. How are you going to get that business of yours paid for? But before we get to the finances and funding, we're going to do a recap of what we've already talked about. One of the things that we talked about was why it's important to have a business plan. And a business plan is important for more than just a way to get funding, although funding is what we're going to talk about today. Business plans, as we discussed earlier, is like a roadmap for you. It's a guide. It helps you figure out what you're going to do with your business. And then we also discussed all the parts of a business plan last week. Number one, there's the executive summary, which basically summarizes everything that's included in a business plan. And although it's the shortest part of the business plan and it's at the very beginning, it's the last thing you want to do. Then you want to give a company description, tells a little bit about your business, what your company does, what it's doing. You want to talk about the market analysis, and then you have the management and organization. How's this company going to be run? How's it organized? Who's going to be in control of it once it starts? You get it up off the ground. And then you move into the marketing and sales management, because without sales, what business do you have, really? And the sixth part of your business plan is going to be product and service line, and then you're going to have your request for funding. And that's the main part that most people think a business plan is for. It's so you have something where you can ask for money. And the eighth part of it is the financials, and then there's the appendix, and that usually includes proprietary and confidential information. So we're going to move on and we're going to start talking about the finances and the funding, because that's very, very important. And like I said, although most people think that funding is the only reason you need a business plan, I'm going to tell you why you need your business plan for more than just the funding, but I'm also going to tell you why funding is so important. So we'll start by talking about financials. As an accountant, you probably think, in my mind, financials are the most important part of the business plan. And you'd be right, because that's exactly what I would be thinking. Finances, to me, are the most important part of a business plan. It's the foundation, it's the backbone. But with the financial data, you want to make sure that you have past financial data as well as current financial data and future financial data. But if you're a new company and you haven't even started yet, then you're going to have to project what those future finances are going to look like. And those are what we call prospective financial statements. The financial data becomes important for funding, because if you want to get a loan, banks want to know that you can pay them back. And most loans now, you need at least 1 year of business operations showing a profit, showing that you can pay those loans back. They have faith in you. But before you apply for a loan, they want to know that you have some skin in the game too. So how much money are you going to invest? So when you start putting together these financials, you're not just going to put how much money I want you to give me. You're also going to have to show how much money are you going to invest in yourself. And that's where the funding comes in. So if you use your finances and you put, here's how much money my business needs, and this is what it needs it for, and this is how much money I'm going to invest to make sure my business has what it needs, then what that leaves is, here's what I'm asking you for, and here's why I think you should lend me this money. And what I find now is lending institutions, they've moved into this high technology stage. So if you want to get a loan, they don't want to take a look at your financial statements, because those used to be very important. And while it's still important, it's not as important as your transactions. So if you apply for the loan, what the bank wants to have is access to your online financial data. Use QuickBooks Online, that's the most popular online software today. They don't care what software you use, they just want to have access to it. Let me go in and see the transactions, because you can make the financial statements say anything you want. As somebody that prepares financial statements, I can tell you for a fact that you make an adjustment here, you make an adjustment there, you account for things differently. And the banks understand that, and they know what to look for. So what's most important to them is, let me see how much cash you have coming in and how much cash you have going out. They want to see the raw data, cash in, cash out. That's how they know whether or not you can afford to pay that loan back. And most banks require that you have at least 1 year of operations as a business before they'll lend you the money. So do any of you have a business that you've been operating for at least a year? So there are lots of factors that go into whether or not you can get a loan, what the banks are looking for. And they don't want to know what you have to say, they want to see what you do. And then banks will also ask to have access to your online bank account, not so that they can transfer money or do anything. They just want to be able to look at it. They want to know that nobody's touched those bank statements or nobody's touched whatever funds they're expecting to see in your bank account. They want raw data. If you don't have enough funds for operations, the time to ask for funding so you can keep your business open is not after you've opened your business. If you haven't started your business yet and you need funds to operate to make sure you're going to have enough funding to get your business through until it becomes profitable, then that's in your plan, and they're going to see that that's really good planning on your part, and that's when you have a better chance of getting operating funds. However, if you're looking for funds to expand or to grow, to acquire a new location, more than likely a way for you to get financing and get it done quickly. So you can get answers fast, and you can get answers, positive answers, if you do the preparation. And that's what the business plan is here to do. Put on a positive face when you go to the bankers or other lending institutions. But let's say you wanted to borrow money from your family. If you borrowed money from friends and family, are they going to ask you why? What do you want it for? And that's all the bank wants to know. Why? Why do you want this money? What are you going to use it for? And when can I expect you to pay me back? And what terms are we going to set up? And why should I trust that you're going to do as you say? I need to see not just that you tell me that you have the funds to pay me back, but you can actually show me I have the funds to pay you back. What I'd like is for, if you like what I'm saying to you today, then just tell me you like it. If you think that you know somebody that might be interested in what I have to say and the information you're getting today, please feel free to share. I'd really appreciate your sharing. And comment at any time. I really appreciate the comments. Good, bad, or indifferent, your comments are going to tell me what you think. Let me know whether or not I'm giving you the information that you're going to need to help make your business successful. I do have an ebook, and you can find the ebook. It's called Plateau to Summit, Your Practical Guide to Solving Simple Business Solutions. Or I'm sure that's what it says, unless I kind of got the title all wrong, because I've been known to do that. Your Guide to Practical Business Solutions. And you can find it on Amazon. It's a Kindle ebook, and it's a compilation of articles that I've written it's an everyday, simple, practical approach to solving common business problems that entrepreneurs, small business owners tend to have. I'll put a link out for the ebook. You'll be able to purchase the ebook, as I said, on Amazon Kindle. The link will be on the website. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate you being here today. And next week, we'll be discussing marketing and sales. The most important part. You can't have a business unless you can sell something. Tell your friends, tell your relatives, tell your tribe. I'm Ursula Garrett, Plateau to Summit. I'm here to help you take your business from here to here. Let's get you to the top. Thank you.